All right, here we go. Gosh, I love the colors on this. This is really nice. Nini, everybody. It's Friday night. Um,
Do you know where your children are?
well, ours just squeaked at us. Yeah. so, um, I noticed you guys were saying in the comments, you're really excited to be here. I'm glad to be here too. It's been a week. Um, haven't heard about Yamanu lately, but the last that I heard, he's going to be in there a while. They're doing dialysis and stuff like that. He's got a long road to recovery. So, you know, I guess no news is good news. I do have a link I can share later for the GoFundMe. I'll do that, during the service because more people will be in at that point. And there's been a lot going on this week. And so we all could use a chance to come together, say some prayers. We need to say some prayers for Darren. We went to the doctor and managed to get an X-ray, and he's going to be seeing an orthopedic specialist in a couple of weeks. It's kind of crazy. I'm not going to share details unless you felt comfortable with it, but
it's messed up, y'all.
Yeah.
I don't know how it happened.
Well, I have my suspicions, but it's one of those things. It didn't happen overnight. It's probably not going to get solved overnight. But as it is, just transferring and doing simple things is harder than it used to be. So, that's why it's kind of been hard to catch me sometimes because, our world has just been kind of crazy.
Yeah, and y'all, I gotta say, send some prayers and love this woman's way. This woman is a saint. She has put up with me and helped me and done everything so perfectly, y'all. Every OT and PT I ever had should be jealous as shit of this woman. I cannot thank God enough for her in my life. I've told many, many people I've never asked for anyone in this world except her. I asked by name and he went, okay. So I love this one, and y'all send all that love and prayers her way. She deserves it. She's an angel.
Thanks. I appreciate it. And I could kind of use it right now because I'm really concerned about my classmate who has stage 4 pancreatic cancer, and I haven't heard from him. He hasn't posted anything since the beginning of February, so I'm really concerned about that. So that's kind of on my mind right now. But that's why we're here. We're honoring this is the sailing of Ra in Heliopolis. That's the Greek name for it, which city of the sun. Kind of a no-brainer. But the Egyptian name for it was Yumnu. And it's actually referred to by name somewhere in the Old Testament as On, O-N. So they're probably that kind of gives you a clue. Yumnu or Yumnu. That's something like that is probably how it would have been pronounced. So, and it means the city of the pillar, and so that was his center of worship. And in the New Kingdom, when Amun fused with Ra to become Amun Ra, there was they tried to style Thebes as the Unu of the South. As a matter of fact, King Tut's name has Hekai Nushima, which if you look at like that famous box that's shaped like a cartouche and it has the 3 figures at the bottom. One is a scepter, that's Hika for ruler. The little pillar thing that's Unu, that's for Heliopolis, and then the Sedge, the Shima of the South. So ruler of Thebes of Unu of the South. And they were trying to make them like sister cities. So that was kind of gives you an idea of how important Heliopolis was. So we have Ra course, in the barge, and next to him, I've got it's a carved replica made in Egypt of Khufu's bark, the first one, the one that was very well preserved. Yeah, it was found pretty much intact, and they said they could smell the cedar when they opened it, and so they restored that one. Right now, they're working on restoring the second one. And, that's kind of amazing because the wood was not in as good condition. That chamber was not hermetically sealed, so there was moisture damage. But there's a conservator team working on it right now.
But after they conserve them, they're going to put motors on them and they're going to race them.
But will the motors be Evinrude's?
Well, they're going to call it the No Bones 3000,
Okay, and I moved the drum so I can't. But that deserves it. The day bark and the night bark. So Khufu had a day bark and a night bark, and there were quite a number of pharaohs that they figured out, oh yeah, they had boats buried with them. And so that would have allowed them to travel with Ra. So in this way, this lets Khufu and whoever else let's tag along for a ride, sail forth in Heliopolis with Ra. And we also have Sobek. Sobek has a going forth as well. Sobek actually was fused with Ra. So you had Sobek Ra in the Middle Kingdom. But that didn't gain quite as much traction as later when the ruling family was from Thebes, and so Amun was their patron, and so Amun Ra gained prominence. But Sobek, as a son of Neet, and they imagined a crocodile with glistening scales coming out of the waters of creation. So that's how he sort of takes a parallel place to Ra. Since Neith is identified with those primeval waters, with the Great Flood, so her son emerging out of the waters, and glistening, like the sun, so it's easy to kind of see how that comes together. So that's what we're doing tonight.
Q on a boat.
All right. Oh goodness, Steelers Nation. No, you are right on time, sweetheart. Clara Klein, thank you so much. Yeah, I don't know why it is that it won't show people's screen names. That's something that I don't know if I can tweak something in settings to fix that or not. But either way, I at least got rid of the leaderboard thing. That was a little distracting. So you don't need to compete for comments. We're just glad you're here. So let's go ahead and get started. Oh, hang on. I'll have to check that later. I was checking to make sure that there wasn't somebody trying to get in the Kemetic reform chat. By the way, just going to throw this out there because I know a few of you folks who tune in on the live stream also are on the Facebook group. If you'd like to participate in the chat that we have, let me know, because that way I can add you to the chat. What that means is Friday before I start here, I start up a video call, and so you'll get a notification, an invitation to the call. And that way you'd still be able to tune in, but because it's through Messenger, it'd be a little more interactive. Obviously, there's limits to how many people can, get on that, but not having a whole lot of turnout, I'm like, hey, let me get some more people in here if y'all, so if anybody wants to participate with that, so you can be another friendly voice that we hear on the microphone. Just let me know. I haven't opened it up to everybody on the Facebook group, yet, but we'll figure it out, and add some more people to it. These cool waters are upon my hands, and they purify me, as Tefnut purifies me. Hail unto you, O Yunechiru. We come unto you without falsehood and without evil. Our purity is upon our hands. Our purity is within our hearts. We have cast out all evil that pertains to us. We are pure. We are pure. We are pure. We are pure. It's been a minute, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. That stuff is cold, bro.
I'm sitting here on the bookshelf all this time. I mean, this is it right here. It sits on a bookshelf. You know, I fill it with water and I set it on the bookshelf, and then I use it when we need it. So it's room temperature. I swear.
Uh-huh.
Oh, granted, that room temperature's like 66 or so. But it's like a swimming pool at the beginning of the season. Okay, okay, is this still buffering? Sarcastic or the screams buffering? Sarcastic saying the screams mean it's working. Okay, let's go ahead and come in peace, bright eye of Horus. Come in peace. Receive the light. And y'all are welcome to type
Right.
in response. You know, excuse me, along with me. This eye of Horus shines like Ra in the twin horizons, and evil hides in fear of it. Receive the light. The eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra in all of their abodes, till none remain. Receive the light. The eye of Horus comes to the four corners of the world, to everyone who is tuning in with us now, has been with us in the past, and will be joining us in the future. This eye of Horus comes, and we are all purified with it. Receive the light. We're going to light our candle for Mama Sekna, that she may continue to bring peace and healing and strength to everyone who needs it. To Yamanu, to Darren, my classmate, everyone else who needs it. Yeah. You guys are welcome to ask for me. I always try to ask for other people first. When I'm officiating, I'm giving prayers on your behalf, you know, and I ask for mine afterwards. And we also are going to light a candle for Mahes, Lord of Storms. And Jory asked right before service if we would say some prayers for him, because it's storming in Iowa right now, and they've got tornado watches going on. The central part of the United States is having their spring weather. It's going to be in Texas as well. And I guess the one thing I will ask for us is if we manage to get a chance to travel this weekend a little bit, that we have a clear path. So We ask Mahas to keep everyone safe who's in the path of weather. Mhm. Yeah. All right. That's one little thing that I've noticed for those of you that like to watch the birds and other, how did they put it in Ren and Stimpy? The little critters of nature.
The little critters of nature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you watch the animals, they'll let you know when weather is coming in, because they go and fill up at their feeders ahead of time. So if you see a flurry of activity, that's because they're stocking up before the weather comes. And then when it gets quiet and they're all settled in, that's when you know it's pretty much imminent. And of course, sometimes it can be, not like, oh my God, Jim Cantori level storms, but if it's bad enough that, you just kind of want to stay in, they'll stay in. And so they're a really good natural barometer. There we go. You arise in the Akhetis Capri, O Ra, spreading your light upon the earth. You set in peace in the mountains of Manu as a tomb, bringing your light to Duat. Shine upon earth as you do in heaven and Duat. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who came from noon at the first time, for such is your uniqueness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Hu at your left side, for such are the words you commanded. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who rules with Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, and hail and praise unto you, O Sobek, O Yunachuru, you lords of love and lords of life. Grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at and cast out respect. And may you guard us from the evil one through the dark hours of the night, your protection being before us, and your strength being within us. Take these, your cool waters that are the inundation, that they may cool your hearts. Oyanochuru, these cool waters are the eye of Horus. Your hearts may be refreshed. Milk, milk, may you taste it in your shrine. May your hearts be refreshed with it. I bring you this milk from the great flood, Oyanochuru. You may be purified with it. We give you incense. Give you incense, great of purity. This incense is the eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you and cleanses you. It adorns you and takes its place upon your hands. Oyanotaru, we give to you this eye of Horus. Its fragrance comes to you. Take this, your bread on which gods live. This bread is the eye of Horus, Oyanotaru. Lift it to your faces. Be at peace with it. The gardens prosper and Hapi rejoices, overflowing with his meal. We fill the eye of Horus for you with wine, O Ra, O Sobek, O Oyanotaru. Drink and be pure. The doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open libations for you within this house. May your faces be refreshed with your libations, your wine and your water. Pure, pure is Ra Horekete within his house. Pure, pure is Sobek, Lord of Tashe, within his house. Pure are the cause of all of these gods, with this good myrrh that is given. Jehuti proclaims it. It is written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance, thousands of offerings. All things good and pure for Ra Horekete and Sobek, in every place that their immortal cause dwell. Come to your body, O Ra Horekete, and come to your body, O Sobek. Come to your bodies, O Oyanotaru, and come to your invocation. Come unto us, your servants who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, your ba, to these your offerings, and partake of them. Come, O people, raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Ra and before Sobek. All life comes from them. All health comes from them. All stability comes from them. All good fortune comes from them, as it has since the first time. O Ra Horekete, and your son, the Osirnisu and the Keperura, your foes retreat from you, and Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourselves to these, your offerings, and receive them from our hands. And from the table of the gods to the table of the blessed dead, we light this candle, that it may be the eye of Horus that lights their way in Duat. And we pour these cool waters from the table of Osiris, that their hearts may be refreshed. Ta henket ka kao activist nurture mahat. Kut nebet nokra what wet alkat nurturim. Cow and a nibu. Macher nibu nurture. A voice offering of bread and beer, 1,000 of beef and fowl, incense, oils, and all good and pure things on which God lives. For the cause, all of these blessed dead, all true of voice before the great God. All right. And now we come unto you, O Ra, as Jehuti comes, our hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you, that your heart may be pleased and your ka shall live. Truly, your Enid has Ma'at. They know you live in her. The Enid says unto you, your word is law, eternally. The Svet is cast out by your word, and rejoicing is yours every day. Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. May we always act with gentility and compassion, for such is the first Ma'at. May we always offer charity and hospitality, for such is the second Ma'at. May we always respect consent and fidelity, for such is the third Ma'at. May we always avoid violence and promote wellness, for such is the fourth Ma'at. May we always speak words of truth, for such is the fifth Ma'at. May we always promote the public good, for such is the sixth Ma'at. May we always act humbly and with temperance, for such is the seventh Ma'at. May we always honor our gods and respect others, for such is the eighth Ma'at. May we uphold Ma'at like Jehuti, that we may witness Ra's perfection every day. Alrighty. We'll start off with something for Sobek. And his going forth. Hail, O Sobek, great God, Lord of Tashe, great male who came from noon, white of teeth, green of scales, keen of face and raised of brow, Lord of strength and virility, raging one who drives away evil. You are Lord of the Nile, who makes the two banks green, Lord of the winding waterway in the sky, in your carnelian temple in the mountain of Baku. Hail to you, twin of Ra, who arose from the primeval waters, Lord of Tashe, son of Neat, mighty God whose seizing cannot be seen, ruler of rivers, governor of the winds, great male, rutting bull, Lord of love, Lord of the Ahu, he who loves taking, great of terror. Drive off your wrath, let pass your raging, cut short your mourning, let your beauty come, welcome in peace, O Lord of peace. Now the second one is adapted from a pimp. It's okay, sweetie. Do you not like that one? Maybe she didn't like this one. But no, this is the second one is adapted from one or several hymns to Sobek that were in the papyrus collection of a priest and a working magician who was buried in the Ramesseum or that area. When they cleared some things out, they found some Middle Kingdom era burials, including him. And it's really fascinating, some of the documents that he had with him, because one of them may have been a royal ritual involved with the Habsed festival.
Indiana, baby.
It's okay, baby. You can come in here. Come on, Marco. Come on, baby. But when you read through it, it's almost like giving the different aspects of Sobek. The cosmic ones as the who arose from the primeval waters and all these things, but then not just Lord of Love and Lord of the Spirits, but also He who loves taking. But then says, we'll drive away your wrath, cut short your mourning, and finally addresses him as Lord of Peace. So it's almost like in this hymn, it's we're soothing away the wrathful side of Sobek and asking him to show us his benevolent side. So it's interesting. You have a little bit of a progression in the hymn itself. But maybe Indiana. Maybe she didn't like the other sister. Let's try this one instead. Now come to be the words of the Lord of all. It's all right, sweetheart. I am a tomb when I was alone. I came into being in noon. I am Ra in his rising, in the beginning ruling that which he has made. I am the great God who came into being himself, the waters, noon, the father of the gods. What does it mean? It is Ra who created the names of his limbs. They have come into being as the gods in Ra's suite. I am unopposed among the gods. I am yesterday. I know tomorrow. What does it mean? Yesterday is Osiris. Tomorrow is Ra. On that day of destroying the wicked foes of the Lord of all, and of crowning his son Horus. I made the battleground of the gods as Osiris, Lord of the Western Desert, commanded. I know the great God who is in it. I am the great phoenix who is in Yenu. I am the overseer of that which exists. What does it mean? It is Osiris, otherwise said, that which exists is his body. Otherwise said, it is eternal renewal and everlastingness, Neheh and Jet. Eternal renewal is the day, everlastingness is the night. I am Min in his going forth. I have placed the dual plumes on my head. I am the great cat who split the Ished on its side in Yenu on that night of war, of warding off the rebels, on that day on which were destroyed the wicked foes of the Lord of all. What does it mean? That great cat who split the Ished on its side in Yenu is Ra himself, called Cat, when Sia said of him, how like him by what he has done? And his name became Cat. Of course, me being, like, and Mu being cat. So they sound very similar. Wrongdoing is overthrown and evil is destroyed. I have seen Ra born from the hindquarters of the great flood. If he is well, then I am well, and vice versa. Oh, now somebody wants some treats.
I don't know. My answer would probably be yes.
Probably, yeah. Let me see if I have. Oh, sweet. All right, here we are. Yes. This is originally from the Coffin Text 1130. But it's a monologue of the Creator. Words spoken by Ra. Hail and peace. I repeat unto you the good deeds which my own heart did for me from within the serpent's coil in order to silence strife. I did 4 good deeds within the Akhet. I made the 4 winds that every man might breathe in his time. That is one of the deeds. I made the inundation that the humble might benefit by it like the great. That is one of the deeds.
Give me a baby.
Sorry, yeah, I might have to go.
I'm going to go check her out.
I made every man like his fellow, and I did not command that they do wrong. It is their hearts that disobey what I have said. That is one of the deeds. I made that their hearts are not disposed to forget the West, in order that sacred offerings be made to the gods. That is one of the deeds. I have created the gods from my sweat, and the people from the tears of my eye. Alrighty. Well, while Darren is checking on our little munchkin. Yeah, I see the. Oh. Yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, long live the ducky. Yes. I love that. She's our typical chantress. Bye bye. So. Ha! I love that. I saw some birds in my front yard putting in storm windows. I didn't even know bird nose had windows. I'll tell you something really cute. Apparently, she has figured out how to ask Darren for treats while he's working at his desk. But she comes up to one side of him, and kind of chirps at him, pecks the ground, then kind of walks over to where the treat bag is. Then comes back to the other side of him and chirps and pecks at his chair. So he figured out, okay, I better come give you some treats. And apparently yesterday when I was running errands, she went looking through the house for me and got him to come look with her because she went and, quacked at him and started to walk and turned around like, are you coming? And so he figured out the hint. And so he let her lead him all around the house, in the bathroom, the bedroom, looking for me apparently. And when I finally got home, she recognized the sound of the car pulling in and, started, quacking happily apparently. So she was waiting for me to come home. It's so adorable. Oh yeah. She's probably getting some treats now. By the way, there's a couple of shorts of her on my other channel. So if you haven't subscribed to my sister channel, do that so you can see occasional shorts that I'll put up of Indiana. Every often I'll get video of her doing something cute. So yeah. All right. Well, let's go ahead and draw fortune for everyone. So if anyone's tuning in after the fact, this will be for you too. Because we get some folks that just because of the difference in time, they have to catch us afterwards. Now, remember last week, a couple of weeks ago, we've had, your dreams will come true in October and December. And then last week was accept no other definition of your life, except only your own. And so, yeah, she is happily entertained right now. So let's see what we have for this week. Your finances will bring you peace of mind. All right. Oh, and thank you for the super sticker. Thank you so much. But yes, your finances will bring you peace of mind. So, yeah, and it's probably a good idea. If you haven't filled up already, do it now before the price goes up again. but also take heart. Of course, be responsible, with your money, but um, your finances will bring you peace of mind. So there's light on the horizon. Of course, this coming from the big boss. So um, sounds good. Well, the great honker, very very observant there. Yes. Okay. Oh, that's wonderful, Coyote. Just wanted to pop in and give her great thanks to the nurturer that my aunt is healing. That's wonderful. Yeah. Gladly I'll revert the fortune cookies. Ha ha. Well, I have to say the duck eats healthier than we do. And of course, public service announcement. It's not a good idea to feed bread to ducks. It's basically junk food. Of course, I didn't know that when I was younger. I gave plenty of bread to ducks at local ponds, but they need proteins too. Um, Bait worms are a great thing. Mealworms, dried mealworms. That's Indiana's treats is dried mealworms. Those are great things to give. Um, it kind of depends. Some people have fed ducks like lettuce or chopped up vegetables. Like tomatoes or cucumbers or something. Just don't give them onion or garlic. They're a lot like dogs in that respect. Things that are bad for dogs and cats are bad for them too. So the more you know. But alrighty, and Sadie, thank you so much. Thanks for being here. That's so wonderful. Bless you. Thank you so much. So let's start off. Lucas from Atum Ra, and then Spicy Phoenix from Nebitot. So Lucas asking the big boss. Lucas, your kindness will be appreciated by others. Your kindness will be appreciated by others. Can't help but wonder. That must be sweet gumballs that I hear. So occasionally, I don't think this microphone is going to pick it up. It's a little too subtle. But as the wind blows, occasionally I'll hear the sound of something like it's hitting the roof, bouncing on the roof. But we have sweet gum trees all around. And if anyone's familiar with sweet gum trees, the little balls that they drop are like these spiky little things. They're like nature's ball bearings. They've always been kind of a pain in the ass for me, but this year I'm trying to make use of them. Because I also have squirrels that like to dig in my garden beds. They think that there are acorns or some other kind of nuts in those garden beds. I have news for them. I just planted fresh dirt in there. There's no acorns, but that doesn't stop them from digging. So I took all my potted plants and I took sweet gum balls and just carpeted them with it. So, all right, if it's prickly and spiky and annoying for me, it's got to be annoying for the squirrels. I'll keep them out of there. So that and some chicken wire. So been going round and round with the squirrels the last few days. But make use of what nature gives you. Next up is, and I just said it, Spicy Phoenix from Nebitot. And she's here. She's just behind Inanna, next to Aset. So, she's there. She works from the shadows. Spicy Phoenix, your dreams will come true in December. So, Spicy, hang in there and make the most of this year, and your dreams will come true in December. So, how about that? All right. Next up is Gabriel, who requests a wisdom text from Sobek and Ra. So, there's so many of them coming out of here. Trying to get just one. One who is dour throughout the whole day will never have a happy moment, and he who is frivolous throughout the whole day will never establish a household for himself. So it's all about work-life balance, man. One who is dour throughout the whole day will never have a happy moment, and he who is frivolous throughout the whole day will never establish a household for himself. All right. Yes, and I take care to shuffle these up. Let me loosen the binding on it. It's a little tight. But I shuffle them up, during the week before service. There we go. Okay, Blue Conlin next, asking for a fortune. And then Kyle Hinojosa next. One, I hope you're popping in to say hello to everyone. Nefertiti from Brazil. How can I participate with your cookies? Hi, Dante. I know Ola is Spanish, not Portuguese, but hello, and actually you've asked, so yeah, and if you can, post an emoji and I'll pull one for you. So yeah, and you know what, and it's okay, if you, like I said, I've fed ducks bread in the past, not knowing that it isn't good for them. I was just trying to make sure I fed them something. But it's junk food. So yeah. And the thing is, it's really easy for us to go find some bread. And there's a whole Mitch Hedberg routine about trying to feed ducks bread, and ducks eat for free at Subway. But yeah, if you can find other things now, they do make a special waterfowl food. That I get for her, but that's only if you're like raising ducks, because you got to go to the feed store and it comes in these big bags, and one bag will last her all year. But yeah, if you're just out and about and you want to feed them something, just a thing of the mealworms, the dried mealworms that they keep in the bird food section, would be a great thing for, you'd be feeding them and probably lots of other birdies too. Yeah, and they'll forage as well. And as for how hard is it to keep a duck as a pet, it's a very labor intensive thing. It's not for everybody. And I've seen people put videos of having a duck, on YouTube, and I hope that that this isn't just something they're doing for YouTube, because it is a major commitment of time and resources. And she's inside now because she's almost 14 and has cataracts. We couldn't keep her outside. She couldn't defend herself. That, and she's got to have people. She's got to be able to socialize. And I learned a lot. I learned a lot of things the hard way over the last 14 years having ducks, but it's something that, because I'd had them as a kid, that's not, they imprinted on me as much as I imprinted on them. So, that's why we did it, and I had them to, as laying ducks, And I tell you what, there were several years where we did not have to buy eggs from the store. But she's retired. She's earned it. And, it's the kind of thing I wouldn't recommend to somebody as a pet unless you don't mind a little bit of a mess, because they're not, like dogs and cats. But they certainly have a lot of personality, and she's very intelligent and very intuitive to people. And she if a duck decides you're part of its flock, you're in. So just be open and observant, and they will try to teach you how to be a better duck. So all right, picking up with Kyle Hinojosa. And Peculiar Vixen, glad you've been able to tune in live. And well, to be here and witness Indy's plea for treats. Many blessings all, thank you. And so Kyle Hinojosa, and then Rebecca. And actually, I need to make like some kind of a video telling people, don't buy ducklings for Easter just because it's cute, because in about a month, you've got, an almost full-size bird, and they have very special needs. And, the problem is if you raise a duck and then go and turn it loose, that duck's not going to know what to do, because, and especially if it's a domestic breed, they can't fly away and evade predators the way that mallards can, and so the whole sitting duck thing, that's what they literally are. And there are ducks there's a handful of waterfowl rescues throughout the country. There's one that published a book, and I think there's another one in Tennessee or something, but a scattering of them, and a lot of times they'll get ducks that have been dumped off like that. And so people don't know enough about them, but yeah, if you take care of a duck, they can live about as long as a dog or a cat. But that's something that even I had to find out, because in the wild, they don't, on the average, they don't live that long. They can. I think the record is there was a mallard that had been tagged in the early 80s in Arkansas. And it was finally bagged by a hunter in the early double aughts. So this duck was about 20 years old when, it finally met its match. But the fact that it had been around that long was still flying and doing, who knows, maybe it was old enough that it couldn't see as well and couldn't evade the hunters, as well anymore. But that tells you how long it was out there. But that's the exception. And certainly, if you don't take care of them, but if you do, they're like a dog or a cat. So anyway, that public service announcement aside, Kyle Hinojosa, your upcoming trip will lead you to make new friends. Your upcoming trip will lead you to make new friends. So, and it goes without saying, put your phone down and be willing to talk to people. You'll make new friends that way. You never know who you're missing out on if you don't talk to anybody. So next, Rebecca, and then Vlad Dracula asking for a second. So. Rebecca, a lifetime of harmonious relationships is yours to nurture. A lifetime of harmonious relationships is yours to nurture. So Vlad asking from Mama Sekhmet. Today's kindness will create ripples of love. So, Vlad Dracula, Dracula there. Today's kindness will create ripples of love. I always love it when we have a little bit of a disconnect between, names and things like that. It kind of makes me think of when we, back when we had an apartment, there's 15 years ago, more than that by now. We kind of took in a stray black cat. And we couldn't keep him, but we'd feed him and let him come in. He was quite the cuddle bug too. And I called him Ravage, a reference to the original Transformers. So people thought it was hilarious. They're sitting here petting on this kid. Hello, Ravage, sweet boy. So it's always funny when you have a disconnect with the names like that. So, all right. Val Raven, 111, asking for Mahas and Anubis, and Peculiar Vixen. I tell you what I'm going to do, guys. I am going to catch those because I see we've also got some links from the Discord, and I'm going to catch those. But just in case anybody's waiting, so that before they head out, we'll go ahead and get those. So Valraven 111 from Mahas and Anubis. So Mahas and Anapu. So Valraven, embrace each day with an open heart and a keen eye for opportunities. Embrace each day with an open heart and a keen eye for opportunities. Now, I know someone had asked about a fortune and wasn't able to. I'm just trying to make sure that we don't miss them. Okay. Actually, that you're next. So, Dante 93 from Brazil, and you're asking for a cookie. So we'll get you, and then Peculiar Vixen. So Dante. Dante, your inner strength knows no bounds. Your inner strength knows no bounds. And by the way, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. And it's the start of autumn down there, isn't it? Because it's the opposite of here. We're beginning springtime. But yes, thank you for joining us, and your inner strength knows no bounds. Next is Vixen, Peculiar Vixen from Jehuti. Oops, okay. Peculiar Vixen, you are a symbol of grace under pressure. You are a symbol of grace under pressure. And I really get the sense that that's saying it's tough right now, and you may feel like you're falling apart, but people are watching you and admiring, how well you do things. So don't be down on yourself. That's just the overwhelming sense that I'm getting along with that fortune. So next is Nathan Quincy. Oh, wait, no, you were explaining the emoji. Okay, Bleu de la Cour. Um, oh, all right, and Steelers. Okay. Okay, and sarcastic. You were buffering a bit. No, no, I'm skipping the discords for a minute. Um, Wow, that's interesting. With rabbits, don't set them free thinking they'll go live with the local bunnies. The wild cottontails in North America are so different they can't even interbreed. Wow, that's a good thing to know. Um, but yeah, I said I'm gonna catch those in a minute. Let me just make sure I've gotten through everyone here. Next is Bleu de la Cour. Maybe guilty of getting ducks Cheetos or two. so. So Bleu de la Cour. Oh, you got voicemail. Check that out. First one. Seek professional help when needed for your mental health. The second one. Explore the world with wonder. It's an adventure. So, Bleu de la Cour. Seek professional help when needed for your mental health. And explore the world with wonder. It's an adventure. And hey, if you've been feeling sad, we're glad you're here. Hope we can help you lift your spirits. But yes, absolutely. Somebody's telling you, take advantage of, some free counseling. If there's, there might be resources, especially if you're a student. Of course, there's, and this goes for anyone, if you're really in a pinch, 988 here in the United States, there's an international version as well. So yeah, it's, seeking help doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It means there's something right with you. You're smart enough to know when, something's beyond your ability to handle alone. Remember, even Ra has the other gods with him when he sails through the underworld. So if even he needs help, certainly, we need help now and then. So Sparky the Wolf Boy from Jehuti. And okay, and Dante, I saw that one from us. We got that right. And no, you can. Rebecca, you were saying, I don't think you can train a duck. No, you can't. They do make diapers for them, but you have to get them used to it when they're young. Otherwise, because like Indiana, we got diapers for her and Yotseva when they were already several years old, and it drives them crazy. They kept just trying to preen them off. So I have towels. What helps is that we've got not like hardwood. It's that fake hardwood stuff, but that's what we've got through most of the house. So that makes cleanup a lot easier. So that, and we also have towels where she likes to hang out. We know her favorite spots. She likes to come cuddle up next to me on the couch. So there's a towel on the floor there for her, and she has her laundry. I have to do that once a week along with everybody else's. Not in with, but laundry sanitizer. But here we go. Sparky the Wolf Boy, then Katie Horton. Yes, and then I'll scroll backwards so I can get the Discord request. Okay. Sparky the Wolf Boy. Look for people's strengths instead of weaknesses. Look for people's strengths instead of weaknesses. Okay, and next is Katie Horton, and then Zabalin. So starting with Katie Horton. Katie, a fresh perspective on life is in your future. A fresh perspective on life is in your future. Put that back here. So, Katie, a fresh perspective on life is in your future. And next, Zabalin, Cookie, and wisdom text asking about health and other issues. So we'll start with the Cookie. You will try a new way of making your favorite drink. You will try a new way of making your favorite drink. And pulling a wisdom text here. One cannot bring satisfaction to an entire town, but one can bring happiness to friends when there is need. Yeah, so don't try to please everybody. Concentrate on the ones that's most important to. One cannot bring satisfaction to an entire town, but one can bring happiness to friends when there is need. So, Zabalin, I know you take care of people. You've got a lot on your plate. Don't try to include everybody. You'll save your sanity that way. Okay. Next is Steelers Nation. All righty. Oh, and Lucas is asking, can we pray for releasing and cleansing energy for spring? I feel like all of us have something off our back from wear and past things. Yeah. Actually, that does sound like a good thing we can wrap up with. So let me go ahead and get and thank you for the sticker. I love all the stickers. I love. Mm-hmm. Okay, and I see the message. So you're a leader in a spiritual community, and a little hard on yourself, Vixen. Wow. Well, yeah, it can be a lot. We tend to put too much on our plate sometimes. But yeah, okay. So Steelers, and then what I'm going to do is go back after that to the Discord stuff, and we'll get that going. So if anyone needs to tune out, because I think Katie, you were trying to, coordinate with hubby. So I understand folks might need to do that. So. So, coming at you in the Steel City. Steelers Nation, September will bring you peace and serenity of mind. September will bring you peace and serenity of mind. So, yeah, it's amazing the message that we're getting. You know, it's all really rough right now, but come the fall, some things are going to, I guess maybe some tension will finally break, something. But this is where we have to trust them. They know things that we don't. So may it come to pass. All right, so scrolling back for a sec. Okay, so Prism, Rabbit, San for the wisdom text, and then Rabbit, Molly, Malk, Ray, and Mary Wepwet for the cookies. So we're going to do those. So the chat for me is going to be in one spot for a moment. So we're starting with Prism. Just as a servant is wont to commit sin, so the Lord of all is wont to forgive. And remember, that's want spelled W-O-N-T, as in wanton. So just as a servant is wont to commit sin, so the Lord of all is wont to forgive. And that's for Prism. Next up is Rabbit. Do not say, I have this property. I will not serve God, and I will not serve man either. Property ceases. It is the God that generates. And I realize that's kind of a long one. I'll read over it. Do not say, I have this property. I will not serve the God, and I will not serve man either. Property ceases. It is the God that generates, that gives. So in other words, don't be stingy. What comes from the gods, they will replenish it. But you have to be good-hearted with it if there's need. But that was for Rabbit. Next is for San. So. Well, hang on. You know what? I've got a whole handful of them here. But let's see which one. And I'm not looking at them, so I don't know what they are until I flip it over. Okay, here we go. For San. One does not discover the heart of a friend if one has not consulted him in anxiety. If or until. But one does not discover the heart of a friend until one has, or if one has not consulted him in anxiety. Which can, I guess, it'd be read a couple of different ways, but I think one of them certainly is if you're stressed, reach out to a friend. You know, you'll find out, you know, who really is a good shoulder, you know, for you, and you might learn a little more about, you know, a friend by doing that. So, oh goodness, let's take these, and I guess we're gonna set them aside for right now. So now we got our cookies. And if anybody else is still waiting and hasn't gotten a fortune, go ahead and put the icon down. When I scroll back down, I will see it. And that way we make sure we get everybody before we wrap up. So, so Rabbit, Molly Malk, Ray, and Married Whipaway. So starting with Rabbit. An unexpected visit from your close friend will bring joy. So for Rabbit, an unexpected visit from your close friend will bring joy. So it was Rabbit, Molly Malk, Ray, and then Married Whipaway. So Molly Malk is next. For Molly Malk, a lifetime of artistic expression will bring fulfillment. A lifetime of artistic expression will bring fulfillment. Excuse me. So that's for Molly Malk. Art is important. It's not financially rewarding a lot of times or well respected, but it's still important. And fulfillment, what brings your heart peace, that is underappreciated but very important. So that was Molly Malk, Ray, and then Married Whipaway. For Ray, a period of healing is in your future. A period of healing is in your future. And lastly, for Married Whipaway. And now we were not able to see the eclipse the other night because we were just too exhausted. All the stuff we've been having to deal with lately has just made it impossible to, keep the same kind of hours that we once did. But for Married Whipaway, December will be a month for relaxation and renewal. December will be a month for relaxation and renewal. And again, think about these other fortunes that we've had that involve, the end of the year. So we just make it through the summer. And again, for Dante, I guess that would be making it through the winter. It'll be much better come the end of the year. All right. So the ends are definitely loved here in the Steel City. Back at you. Thank you so much. Okay, Blue Conlon. Okay, let's see. Did I miss you? Because I think you were like one of the first ones. Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe I missed that one. So Blue Conlon, let me go ahead and get you. Because it can be easy to miss them, as I'm scrolling. Let's make sure we've got Blue Conlon, and then we'll wrap it up. Oh, wow. So, Blue Conlon, you got voicemail. First one, you will discover a hidden talent for acting. Never be less than your dreams. Wow. So, Blue Conlon, you will discover a hidden talent for acting. Never be less than your dreams. Might I mention that there are opportunities to be had in voiceover? But never be less than your dreams. And I think that's a good message for everybody. But I think they were pointing to you, Blue Conlon, especially. And so, sarcastic. Have a. Oh, okay. So, wisdom text from us, sir. Hopefully, this won't be a proverbial spray bottle. But, I mean. Serve the one who will serve you. That's from the instructions of Akshashnak. Serve the one who will serve you. Now, I get the sense that that can also mean that, if you're thinking, well, wait, well, I already serve, the triad of Abydos. Well, that could be their way of saying, we will look out for you too. It's a two-way street. But just everyone keep that sort of thing in mind, because I realize there's been a lot of stuff going on in the news, all the things that are going on in the Middle East, and things like that. One, because I get emails from the Universal Life Church, and they mentioned some stuff talking about this. One thing I want to share is there was a comment somebody had made, because they were talking about people saying, oh well, these attacks on Iran are going to usher in the end times and Revelation and da da da. There's a very astute lady who's obviously Christian who said, the more I read about people anticipating the end times, the more assured I am that it's not here, because Jesus said, no one knows the hour, or the day. So that's it's a Christian perspective, but it's still kind of an interesting one. It says, this whole thing that you're thinking, the rapture, you're still stuck here with us. So, so just think of it that way. So. Hear us, O Ra, great Lord of Inu, and place your arms of blessing around us. Let us rejoice in your bounty, and our hearts take joy in your kindness. Tell Neith and Uwo to open their ways for us. May you protect us with your strong arm of compassion. For you are the All-Lord, Lord of Ma'at. Holy and splendid is your name. Capri at dawn, a tomb at dusk. Ra Haraketi, as you rule the nine. Someone had asked for renewal and for cleansing as the seasons change, asking from Mahes, and from Ra, I believe as well. And yeah, we're all. I think we're all trying to shed some weight from the past season, and It's funny, we're making a transition, and somebody was telling me that transitions are always hard. And so we ask our Nechuru that protect transitions, which includes Wepawet, Bess and Tauret, all of those. Protect us and help us to get through this, and to build up and to, build up ourselves, to lay the groundwork so that when those blessings come, later this calendar year, we'll be ready for them. And shed everything that no longer serves, so that we can be lighter and better for it. So we ask you, Oyunachiru, to be with us through all of this. Hail unto you, Atum. Hail unto you, Capri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix in Yunu. You breathe out Shu and Tefnut. May the giving of these offerings endure. So the name of Atum, foremost of the great Enid, endures. May they endure as the name of Shu, Lord of Upper Menset in Yunu, endures. As the name of Tefnut, Mistress of Lower Menset in Yunu, endures. As the name of Geb at the Earth's Ba endures. As the name of Nut in the shrine of Shenit in Yunu, endures. As the name of Osa, Kentiamentiu, endures. As the name of Aset in Nicheru endures. As the name of Sutak in Nubet endures. As the name of Horus in Pei endures. As the name of Wajit in Dep endures. As the name of Jehuti in Khomenu endures. As the name of Ra in the Akhet endures likewise for eternity. You have come in peace, O Ra. You have come in peace, O Sobek. You have come in peace, O Yunachiru. May you go forth in peace, O Ra. May you go forth in peace, O Sobek, O Yunachiru, to every place your immortal cause wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Manjet bark, and rest content in the Sektet bark. And may you smile upon us, your humble servants. All right. I'm also gotta check and make sure I don't want to miss anybody. Ha! Oh, that's great. There's a meme going around that is a Rapture prediction punch card where if you get 11 Rapture predictions, the 12th one is free. That's great. Okay, well, Blue Conlon, hopefully you got the voicemail there. And I'm just kind of skimming back over to make sure I didn't miss anything from anybody. But thank you so much. And wow, an hour and a half. Thank you guys for hanging in there so long. This has been kind of a long one, but All right. I mean, see, it'd be like, yeah, like rapture bucks or trick or treat. Wait, what? Oh wow, that's something else. It sounds sort of like the. What I have seen is there was something, and it might have been an ad for a church. I don't remember, but it looks like a $100 bill or something like that that's folded. But then when you open it, it you know asks you to admit that you're a sinner and accept Jesus in your life. Da 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 da, and the same kind of thing. It's yeah. They have really smarmy things that they like to push. But yeah, and just remember, it's in the Book of the Dead. I think it's called Spell 175. And it's where someone who's flown west is asking Ra, well, what? How long? Does it last here? And Ra tells him, I will give you millions of years. And he says, in the end, everything will, city will crash upon city, but he and Osiris will remain. They will take the form of snakes. It's funny, somebody was mentioning snakes, and shedding the old to become new again. And of course, you have Ra and Osiris, that's rebirth and new life together. So the way I like to see it is that means, big crunch, everything will start over again, new big bang. So in the meantime, don't worry about the end of time, like they talk about, on certain news channels and other places. It's just people are being really crazy right now. We just have to keep a low profile and do our best to stay out of harm's way and look out for each other. That's it's what we have to do. We'll get through this. Some of the things that we see now are unlike anything that's been seen in history. Especially these stupid things. But there are a lot of other things that seem really oddly familiar the more you learn about history. And you think about all the things that they've gone through, with empires and then the rise of Christianity and things that were committed back then that would be hate crimes by today's standard, but were okay back then. They made it through all of that, and they're here, and we still call on their names. So they'll see us through this. It's just going to be kind of weird, and we're going to be kind of winging it in a lot of cases in the meantime. But that's what having faith is about. So with that, thank you so much, and lots of love, guys. There's actually no child in dino costume. The end is near. Okay, yes, and we will definitely. I'll give Indiana some treats on behalf of everyone. So, have a safe, fun weekend, and come see us next week. And one last thing. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Let's see if I can copy the link. Here we go. This is the link for the GoFundMe for Yamanu. GoFundMe page. So go ahead and there we go. So go ahead and bookmark that. You get a chance, send a little something their way, and hopefully he'll be well and he'll be joining us soon. So lots of love, everybody.